What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. And Liverpool are favourites to sign Mohamed Kudus, the West Ham winger who can play across the front line, but he could be the long-term replacement of Mo Salah. And Liverpool have John Heitinga, Liverpool's assistant manager to Arne Slot. He's the secret weapon to use to sign Mohamed Kudus, because they have worked previously at Ajax and they have a very good close relationship. Mohamed Kudus spoke many times of how much he loves working with John Heitinga. So in this video we will look at the latest reports, and John Heitinga could be crucial if Arne Slot wants to sign Mohamed Kudus this summer. So leave it down below your thoughts of do you think if Liverpool pays 70 maybe 80 million for Mohamed Kudus, do you think that would be a great signing for Liverpool? Do you think he's worth that much? He has similar numbers to Luis Diaz, but you have to factor in that West Ham played in a very deep block, mainly counter-attacking football. They weren't nowhere near as dominant as Liverpool. They weren't nowhere near having the ball as much as Liverpool. They weren't nowhere near creating as many chances as Liverpool. So it's safe to assume that Mohamed Kudus' numbers will rise if he signs for Liverpool. And West Ham already signed his replacement. Luis Guilherme was signed from Palmeiras. He's a right winger. He was signed for 23 million euros. He's just 18 years old. West Ham also signed Wes Foderingham and Max Kilman from Wolves. This prospect of Liverpool signing Mohamed Kudus is very, very exciting, because Kudus represents everything that Liverpool fans want in a player: versatility, flair, pace, dribbling skills, an eye for goal. His ability to go past defenders and score from seemingly impossible angles, impossible positions, makes him a perfect fit for Liverpool's and Arne Slot's dynamic style of play. Have you watched the training videos that Liverpool are putting out? Arne Slot is already having Liverpool play some very exciting, fast combination, attacking style of play. It's slightly different to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, and it will be very, very exciting to watch. That's for sure. And Liverpool will play their first preseason friendly, I think, tomorrow against Real Betis, or it will be the day after tomorrow if you are in Europe like me. Imagine the havoc that Kudus could wreak on defenders alongside our very exciting attacking players. And Mohamed Kudus could even play with Mo Salah in the Liverpool team in the number 10 position or on the left wing, and Salah can play on right with Darwin Núñez up top, maybe Kudus behind him or Kudus on the left, Szoboszlai in the number 10 role. But Kudus' creativity and energy would undoubtedly complement players like Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota, who have a lot of brilliant skills finishing wise, and Kudus could thread the ball through a needle to get these players through on goal, and these players could create a formidable attacking force. Also, his familiarity with Johnny Heitinga, the Liverpool assistant coach, could make his Anfield transition pretty seamless. So that could give an edge to Liverpool nurturing Mohamed Kudus' potential. And what is really interesting in this personal relationship that Mohamed Kudus has with Johnny Heitinga is they already worked twice together. Kudus has a pretty short career so far. He's only 23 years old, and they were working together at Ajax, and then they were working together at West Ham, because Johnny Heitinga was working with Kudus. Kudus was coached by Heitinga at Ajax and at West Ham, and Heitinga was a member of David Moyes' coaching staff at West Ham last season, but he left following David Moyes' departure, and then he joined Liverpool to work alongside the players. Kudus says Heitinga is the best coach he had at Ajax, and he insists their relationship continued during their year as well at West Ham. So it's not unthinkable to think that Kudus would be very happy to join Heitinga at Liverpool as well. He said, "I just felt very good under Heitinga. He's the best trainer I've had at Ajax. Apart from the training aspect, I also have a very high regard for him in terms of standards and values. Personally, I would have loved to work with him longer. He's a top trainer, and I really appreciate his efforts to make the players better at the time. When Heitinga took over for the rest of the season, he made an immediate impact. It got better at West Ham. When we met again, there were immediate things that connected us. He tried to make me and all the other players better. I'm very grateful to him for our time at West Ham. And Kudus shone at West Ham last season, scoring 14 goals and providing 6 assists in 45 appearances across all competitions. And of course, the new manager Lopetegui will be desperate to keep Kudus amid interest from Liverpool. But Mohamed Kudus' decision to change agents has prompted an ambitious transfer theory among some Liverpool supporters. You don't change managers or you don't change agents in the middle of the transfer window unless you want that agent to get you a move to a bigger, better club. Fabrizio Romano revealed that Kudus will now be represented by relatives and the legal team after decision to part ways with his former agents. Of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that Kudus will 100% move and make a transfer. It makes it more likely. Because if you are happy where you are, you don't change agents. If you don't want to transfer move, you don't really change agents. Unless there was a big issue with his agents before, which I'm not aware of at this time. And those statistics that I mentioned to you before, those were just his statistics at West Ham. He played for Ajax at the beginning of last season, scoring a few goals. So in total, he finished on 48 games with Ajax and West Ham, scoring 18 goals and getting 7 assists, which is a very, very impressive season for Mohamed Kudus last season. But 2 seasons ago, his numbers were also pretty exciting, scoring 18 goals and getting 7 assists in just 42 games, which is, as I said, very, very exciting and very impressive as well. And Kudus also had a pretty excellent Africa Cup of Nations tournament in January where he scored twice, even though Ghana failed to get out of the group stages. And yeah, the small downside of signing Kudus is that he would be absent during the Africa Cup of Nations from the Liverpool squad, just like Mo Salah, so he wouldn't be the perfect understudy, the perfect backup for Mo Salah. You would ideally want a right winger who will be available when Salah is at the Africa Cup of Nations. But Kudus is so versatile and he's so good that it will be difficult for Liverpool to pass up the chance to sign him if West Ham don't ask for a crazy £100 million. And Gary Neville praised Kudus when he scored that brilliant overhead bicycle kick against Man City, saying that he's a brilliant player and who has the potential for incredible goals. And according to various news outlets, Liverpool have identified Kudus as a prime target, especially if Mo Salah leaves for Saudi Arabia maybe next summer. West Ham signed Kudus for £38 million last summer, and of course they would want a substantial profit. They might demand as much as £85 million, especially because they don't really want to sell to a fellow Premier League club. But Liverpool appointing Johnny Heitinga is a big boost for them because they share a very, very strong and very good personal relationship with Kudus. While this connection gives Liverpool a significant advantage, we still have to negotiate with West Ham and we still somehow need to negotiate the price down. I don't think even 85 million is a transfer fee that should be paid by Liverpool. As good a player as Kudus is, he's not a 25 goal and 15 assists per season player. Unless he scores those kind of numbers, I don't think paying 85 million for him is justified. We shouldn't make the mistake of overpaying even for these great players. But investing in a player of Kudus' caliber, who is on the verge of becoming world class, he's just 23 years old, could pay off. We have seen transformative signings elevate Liverpool. The signings of Alisson, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Mo Salah, they all elevated Liverpool to another level. And Mohamed Kudus could do, if he signs for Liverpool, it would be a thrilling addition, of course. Somebody who takes your breath away and who puts you on the edge of your seat watching Liverpool play. But also Kudus is looking forward to working with Lopetegui, the new West Ham manager, and he spoke highly of this new manager. He said his style is how I want to play, how I want to attack as a winger, and there's a lot of freedom which allows me to do that. A West Ham Insider website says that any bid for Kudus would be rejected, and any club attempting to offer the former buyout clause amount of 85 million would be completely out of luck, because West Ham don't want to sell Mohamed Kudus. So yeah, that's a big hurdle, because if West Ham don't really want to sell, then Liverpool don't really have a lot of options signing Mohamed Kudus unless he's pushing for a transfer. So we have to wait and see how things unfold, but Liverpool are definitely interested in a lot of players. We have been linked with João Gomes, defensive midfielder playing for Wolves as well. Paul Gorst, who is a very reliable Liverpool-based journalist, has been reporting some very positive updates around Trent Alexander-Arnold. He said that Trent Alexander-Arnold and Arne Slot have already spoken, briefly outlining their respective plans for the summer. Trent talked up his determination to hit the ground running and his commitment to the Liverpool cause for the coming season. There has been nothing to suggest that Alexander-Arnold wants to leave, or if he has one foot out of the door from Liverpool. The reality is quite the opposite. Trent has never shied away from his desire to one day captain Liverpool Football Club, and that's the club that he grew up supporting, so he wants to stay, and there is no appetite at Liverpool to offload Trent this summer either. New Sporting writer Richard Hughes will make resolving Trent's future one of his first ports of call, if you like, when Trent returns to club duties after his holiday. So Liverpool have made it a priority to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold to a new contract. And Trent also sees it as his duty to help bring through the next generation of stars at Anfield, just like, Henderson, Milner, Lallana did bring through a lot of stars at Liverpool when they were the leaders in the dressing room. And now let's talk about Liverpool's transfer strategy, or the lack of transfers, because Liverpool need to accept and understand that Michael Edwards is now the CEO of football at FSG. He's not directly involved with making the transfers at Liverpool happen, and we just got a new coach, a new manager, a new sporting director, full new set of staff in terms of coaching and management staff at Liverpool, and the job isn't made any easier by long international competitions of the Euros and the Copa America. Most of our first team is still on holiday. Assessing the squad alone can take a lot of time. It can take weeks. And if the guy in charge of transfers and the guy in charge of playing style and the system came in at the same time, and this is the worst case scenario, that not only did they come in at the same time at Liverpool, so we have a new coach, new manager, new sporting director in charge of transfers, and also we have long international competitions like the Euros and the Copa America. This is the worst case scenario for making quick early transfers. Effectiveness of buying players becomes clear with a set playing style. You can't buy profiles that may, in theory, but then suddenly they don't, because you adapt to players in your squad a little who were away on international duty. Another aspect is the potential 80 million euro outlay on Trent's contract, or 24 million euro outlay on Virgil van Dijk's contract, 19 million euro outlay on Mo Salah. Liverpool have a centre-back who can do 4,000 minutes at left centre-back. The rest are specialists, right centre-backs. Do they go for a left centre-back if he may play less than 1,000 minutes at Liverpool and next season, or do they go for a versatile option who can play left-sided, right-sided centre-back? How far in their development are the academy kids? Does their skill set even fit the new coach the same way it did to Jurgen Klopp? Maybe someone drops in the pecking order and maybe someone comes up. Can't just decide without seeing them inside of that. Last step is making the decision what position to sign for, what kind of role and profile to go for, whether such a player is even available. And if not, why would you go for someone you are not convinced about? Why would you pay 20% or 30% or even maybe 40% over your value if you think it doesn't improve you and the Liverpool squad by that much? So these are all questions that Liverpool need to answer, and I think we shouldn't panic. We should wait and see how the first team squad integrates with Jurgen Klopp, and after Jurgen Klopp has seen the whole team, the whole squad, that's when we can make some transfers. And Liverpool have a relatively comfortable first 5 or 6 game weeks, even though any game is not comfortable in the Premier League. Apart from Man United, we don't play a lot of like really like our toughest fixtures. So Liverpool can delay the transfers a little bit until August to properly assess the squad, and that's what Liverpool have been doing. So trust the process. Liverpool are working diligently behind the scenes on our transfer targets, but sometimes opportunities arise in the last part of the window. Ryan Gravenberch he only became available in the last week or the last few days of the transfer window last summer. So Liverpool need to be patient, and we are patient. The Liverpool fans should be patient as well. That's my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.